We had a very large furniture company one time that had, they spent tons of money in newspapers running ads for all kinds of furniture pieces, and they got thousands of people coming to their stores. And we tested 33 different ways of greeting somebody at the front door, 33. And guess what? One of those ways tripled conversions while increasing the size of the order. And I'll tell you what that was too. I'm not going to be teasing you. It wasn't, can I help you? Because when you say that, Thiago, people go, no, I'm just looking. It was this phrase, and what ad brought you into the store today? It was a question that got the consumer to have to answer. And then the salesperson, it moved control of the conversation ethically to the salesman or woman. So they could say, oh, you're here for the 4-piece Italian bedroom set? Is the rest of your house Italian? Is it a new house? Are you replacing? And they were able to gain leadership control of the conversation in a consultative advisory way. I'll tell you another example of a variation of this. So I've helped a lot of car dealers, large ones, top Acura, Honda dealer in the world, not in just the United States, the world, top Mercedes dealer in the world till they sold to a big conglomerate. And there's two different stories that will show you different kinds of thinking. So the big Honda Acura dealer, the car dealer business is funny. I don't know what it's like there, but when prospective buyers come into a dealership, if the dealership is being ethical and democratic, they rotate leads, people that walk in, to each salesperson who's available. So if there's 10 salespeople, the first person walking in goes to the first salespeople, the second to the second, third to the third, et cetera. And that's what they do. And I said, well, that's very democratic, but it's probably not very strategic or pragmatic. And the guy said, what do you mean? I said, well, if the person walking in wants to buy a truck, and the person that is going to get that person is terrible at selling a truck, but someone else can sell a truck, for 10 times more profit ethically, and that's their skill set, but they don't get that person, that makes no sense. If somebody's coming in it's a first-time buyer, and they get somebody who is terrible at selling young first-time families, that makes no sense. But just align that, and you'll double or redouble your sales. And they did, and they did. The other, and I think this is probably going to be like you have it there, but I don't know this. So the Mercedes dealer in the car business, a very large profit center is what's called finance and insurance. I'm going to assume it's there, but when you buy the car, then they finance it and they make a percentage of that, and they'll sell you warranty extensions, and they'll sell you all kinds of things here. And that's where they make sometimes more profit than they do on the car. Is it the same there?
Yes, it's almost the same.
Okay, so this dealer, after he came and learned from me, started looking at his performance of his people, and he found out he had two different people, two different managers in his finance and insurance department, one during the day and one that would work evenings and weekends. But he had never analyzed the profit performance that those different people delivered. Turns out the evening one was producing $1,000 a sale more profit than the daytime one, but the evening one was only getting exposed to 1/3 of the sales because most of them were coming during the day. By just reversing the work schedules and putting the one that was producing more profit during the day and the one that was producing less profit at night, he added $180,000 of profit every month to his bottom line. And I can go on, but it's thinking differently about everything.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Some good stories you have there. And you mentioned a lot about the importance of the headlines, right? And I just remembered a story about my life where after working in the financial markets for 7 years, I started to produce content, and I tried to sell my first digital product. It was an online course, and I didn't sell to anybody. I had like 0 clients. And I tried to sell it again another digital course, and I sold for like 5 to 10 clients. So I didn't sell to anybody. And then I was inside a company's friend, and I was talking to him, and he gave me an idea, the idea of a headline. And he gave me this idea. I transformed this headline into this book that is called Do Mil ao Milhão. It's from 1,000 to 1,000,000. I launched this book. Now it's the best-selling book here in Brazil for a Brazilian author in 2019, 2020, 2021, and I transformed it into a digital product, and I sold more than 130 million reais, not only for this, but also for this because of the headline. So as you mentioned, it's very, very important, the headline. So thank you for this insight.